All right, hey everybody, we only got one mic. Okay.
And Sean and Shannon.
Yes, and Iris is here to help. Cool. So today in level 4 we worked on our steals class, and there were a couple things to remember, right? A couple of them are just basic dispositions for a steal jam, right? I think the most basic disposition, just be relaxed, right? It doesn't need to be a tense, like, jumping in experience, right? The way that you can make it more relaxed is by doing these two things. Thing number one is pulsing outside of a partnership. So if Shannon and Iris were dancing and I was trying to jump in, I would pulse with them before I jumped in, right? I would try and move around with them and then jump in when an opportunity arose. The other thing that we talked about was like predictive dancing, right? So trying to sort of predict where they're going to be going. So if you guys were dancing and I wanted to replace Shannon, right, I might sort of follow her around for a second and then be like, oh, okay, boom, and then come in like that, right? Rather than just like jumping in. You can sort of track and follow, and that works for leads or follows.
So work on dancing into and out of that partnership and making it really comfortable and safe for the person. And then on top of that, we talked about continuing momentum, so that if I am leading Iris in something and Sean jumps in, it should not disrupt Iris's movement. So we did this exercise, the tuck turn exercise.
Yeah.
So you're going to be over on that side. Shoot,
Like trying to continue the momentum of that turn rather than like stopping it and restarting. Other quick tips are, especially for leads, but for anybody, try and give a gentle release to your partner, right? So if a new person has jumped in, make sure you've sort of slowed the momentum of your previous partner. Don't just like throw them out there. And the other thing about that too is dance out of the connection, right? So if someone jumps in and steals you, like, Iris, if you just want to jump in wherever, Shannon's going to keep dancing out of that connection, and that's going to feel more comfortable for her and also be good in case it's a jam and there's a bunch of other people. She can, be safe outside of that.
And the final bit we talked about is that this is to celebrate someone, yeah? And so it's not really about us, the person who's jumping into the jam or some competition with other people. It's about celebrating the person that's in the middle and getting an opportunity to be with them.
Yeah, for sure. The last thing that we talked about was a subset of steal jams, which is like 3-person dances, right? So it's not like a steal jam, after announcements or something, but it's a 3-person dance, right? So we've all agreed to like, hey, do you want to do like a 3-person dance? That'd be wacky. Okay, cool, let's do it. Right? And so this is a little bit different. I would say as the third person, I am constantly dancing here, right? I'm moving around, and then maybe I'll jump in, right? And maybe I'll intentionally, that was a little wacky. So that was one thing we talked about, constantly dancing if you're the third person, right?
I'm going to bring myself over here.
One fun thing that we talked about was you could do something like this, where you, as the partnership, a lead could sort of send the person who's following towards the other person. And then also, if you're following and you're near the other person, you can sort of take that initiative to, oh, that's gross, I'm sorry, I'm very sweaty. But you can also take the initiative and jump into the connection as well. That was our class.
That's that.
Thanks, Iris.